Warning. Before the following video plays, I must warn all of you to sit, relax, and remove any sharp objects from your pockets, and don't you be eating or drinking anything you could choke on, or in the alternative, have someone with you who is trained in the application of the Heimlich maneuver, as what you are about to witness may cause involuntary aspiration followed by uncontrollable laughter.
Donald Trump was caught red-handed, and I'm going to give you the facts. So what really happened in Ukraine? In 2014, Russia invaded the country, and the US and our allies decided that we had to support them against this Russian aggression. President Obama turned to Vice President Biden to lead that effort because of his history in foreign policy. So there was this guy, Viktor Shokin. He was the Prosecutor General of Ukraine, which is like the Attorney General in the United States. He became the embodiment of the corruption that has been hurting Ukraine's government for a very long time. Everyone from the EU to the IMF, Republican senators, the entire anti-corruption activist community in Ukraine desperately wanted him fired. He was being protested in the streets.
We will not allow him, actually, to maintain the Soviet system of prosecution which intimidates people.
And Joe Biden is the person who got him out of office. It was a monumental, international, bipartisan anti-corruption victory. 3 Republican senators signed on to that bipartisan effort. Rob Portman of Ohio, Ron Johnson from Wisconsin, and Mark Kirk from Illinois. So where does Donald Trump fit into all this? He claims that because the vice president's son Hunter was on the board of the Ukrainian natural gas company Burisma, that Biden somehow acted inappropriately when he advocated for Viktor Shokin to lose his job. The clinical term for that is horse shit. For one thing, Biden was following official United States government policy, which was in agreement with the EU and other international partners. Number 2, Shokin's investigation of Burisma had fallen dormant over a year before the vice president did anything to try and get him out of office. The truth of this is the exact opposite of what Donald Trump has been telling you. The fact is that getting him out of office meant it was more likely that Burisma would face any scrutiny. But what Donald Trump also doesn't want you to know is that the investigation into Burisma had to do with things that happened years before Hunter Biden had any kind of relationship with that company. If it sounds like this is all really loose, that's because it is. It's bullshit. And why is Donald Trump doing this? He knows he can't beat Joe Biden. So he did something that literally no American president ever in our history, not even Richard Nixon, ever stooped to. He tried to make our national security policy an extension of his struggling re-election campaign. That's all you need to know. Take care.
Now here's the truth. The Foreign Assistance Act was enacted on September 4th, 1961, and is a United States Act of Congress. The Act reorganized the structure of existing U.S. foreign assistance programs, distinguishing between military from non-military aid, and created a new agency, the United States Agency for International Development, or USAID, to administer non-military economic assistance programs. President John F. Kennedy signed the Act on November 3, 1961, and issued Executive Order 10973, detailing the reorganization. Now, ever since that day, ladies and gentlemen, the demon rats have been taking advantage of the fact that we could hold both economic and military aid over the heads of foreign officials who may or may not need the aid and require a kickback for the administration or the release of those funds or those weapons of war. This is empirical fact because Joe Biden's son, who was not qualified to hold a position with a gas company in Ukraine, or gas companies anywhere, except maybe he could read a meter, You could be one of those guys that comes around to your house and reads a freaking meter. That's probably what he's qualified for. They have to train him for that too. Was taking millions of dollars out of Ukraine, millions of dollars, billions of dollars out of China, $1.5 billion out of China. And isn't it a coinky dink that his old man was the vice president under the fake president? And I don't use that word in the same sentence. Barack Hussein, Barry Soetoro Obama. Fake president. Fake. These people have been ripping off U.S. taxpayers for hundreds of years, even before the act was passed in 1961. And it's time we recover that money. Joe Biden couldn't fill a high school auditorium, and he's going to compete with Donald Trump, who's got 20,000 people outside of a 40,000 seat stadium? Are you fucking nuts? The only reason Joe Biden took the position of running for president, or of running as a candidate for president, is so that when Donald Trump asked the Ukraine to maybe you should look into all the corruption that you guys are involved in with the help of the vice president. And when he mentioned CrowdStrike, the demon rats went fucking batshit. Because we know what CrowdStrike is all about, don't we? Yeah. Yeah. The only reason Joe Biden, Joe Hairy Legs in the pool, riding cockroaches, whatever the hell he's doing, the only reason that he's a candidate is because it's inevitable that the shit was going to hit the fan. It's inevitable. And when Donald Trump asked Ukraine to look into this, just look into it, he could claim, Joe Biden could claim that Trump is doing this because he's a threat to Donald Trump's campaign. Are you fucking shitting me? No malarkey! You have got to be blowing smoke up my ass, pal. Man, they got these demon rats really, either they're brainwashed or they're paying them money to do this shit, because there is no fucking way that Joe Biden is a threat to Donald Trump at all. At all. Without any doubt whatsoever. This dipshit who talks about hairy legs in the pool and cockroaches ain't no fucking match for Donald Trump. So that whole thing goes away. And Rudy Giuliani is supposed to dump the bomb today. I don't know. I'm watching my news feed. I'm waiting to see something happen. But did you get a laugh out of that? Did somebody have to come over and do the fucking Heimlich maneuver because you didn't heed the warning at the beginning of this video? Huh? I warned you. I warned you. I mean, these people are unbelievable. And the fact that they've been pulling this bullshit since Trump came down the escalator. They've been pulling it because they know he's an outsider and he's going to get to the bottom of this bullshit. They know that the Hildebeest lost a rigged election. That's why they're so butthurt. Wasn't supposed to happen that way. She wasn't supposed to lose. We were supposed to be a techno-Nazi dictatorship 3 years ago. Wake up, people. Please subscribe to our backup channels, Net4 Truth USA 2 Patriot channel, BitChute.com/net4TruthUSA, and drop.space/@net4TruthUSA. We fly so close to the target, we are on our 5th fighter jet. We will be relentless and persistent until the enemies of freedom are defeated. You can support this channel by using the links in the description, but for a $100 donation, I will personally send you a autographed hardcover special edition copy of Land of Childhood's Fears. Also, visit my bookstore at lulu.com/net4truthUSA. If you are viewing this video on BitChute, you can use the links in the description to support us, or simply click the green $ dot on our video to support this channel. Thank you. Links are in the description section.